caseworker. I also do some things with some other things around our agency.
Amanda, what is financial literacy?
So financial literacy as a whole is basically just the ability to learn the skills that you may need, whether it be budgeting or saving, applying them to your financial situations. So utilizing that budget, acing it, and then understanding how it works and how it fits in with your own personal finances. It's steps that you take to reach financial stability and following through with them. And it's things like learning to budget, learning how to use a bank, borrowing basics, and different things that go around that. Maybe opening a savings account, learning to save for savings. It's basically just learning how to be financially responsible for yourself.
Okay, so during these unprecedented times, how can Blueprint's Financial Capabilities Center help with the ever-changing financial budget?
So everything right now is so unpredictable and unknown. It's hard to tell what your budget could be the very next day, let alone throughout this whole time that we've had. So it's kind of just another way for someone to maybe see what's going on, be a second set of eyes for you. Maybe you're missing something. Everything's going to be different now than what it was beforehand, and probably different than what it's going to be like whenever we do overcome the coronavirus. Some people that may have never had to bat an eye at their finances are now worried about making their monthly bills and payments and whatever else it may be. Whereas someone who, has been maybe working paycheck to paycheck may have received a stimulus check and they're not sure how they handle that much money and what they're supposed to do with it responsibly or how they can utilize it. So there's a lot of different things that may have changed. Some people may have been living with having an emergency savings and now they've blown through that emergency savings just due to the increase of pricing for food or the increased pricing of utilities from being home all the time. So it's kind of all over the place, and everyone's situations, I'm sure, is different than the next person.
So how do you think virtual financial coaching can help during this time?
I think with everyone being stuck at home, it's very stressful. I know people that are stuck home with their husbands, wives, children. Everyone's kind of driven up a wall maybe, and things are a little more tense, especially with finances. Talking about finances is very stressful and difficult to begin with, let alone being stuck with the same people and trying to budget through it together. I think that having virtual visits allows someone to be able to not only just talk to someone else about their finances and maybe relieve some of that stress, but it also helps them stay a little bit more comfortable being in their home. So when you come to the office, it sometimes can be a little bit more uncomfortable because it's an unfamiliar setting, whereas when you're at home, you're a little bit more relaxed and laid back, so you might be a little bit less anxious and nervous going into this session. It can also help someone maybe gain a sense of responsibility and control in these unpredictable times. Just because, when you're sitting at home and don't have any interaction with anyone else, it sometimes gets a little lonely, depressing, and you kind of feel like you're out of loss and out of touch with things that are going on.
Right. So most people haven't heard of virtual coaching sessions. Can you tell them what to expect?
Yes. So whether my sessions are in office, in person, or via Zoom, whatever it may be, I always let my clients lead the conversation. So the number one thing about financial literacy is that my clients are engaging the conversations and starting those conversations. You have to be open-minded and want to be changing in order for budgeting and financial literacy to work for them. So it's kind of the same thing with a virtual visit as it would be in the office, except for instead of maybe me showing you the paper and you seeing my face at the same time, I might just be sharing my screen with you and showing you the tips of a budget or different things within that realm. I also might just be, talking to you face to face, not necessarily looking at what you're looking at when it comes to numbers and bills. So I might be taking more notes instead of just looking at what you already have. So it's going to be a lot of the same thing that'd be in my office. It's just going to be a little bit adjusted to make sure that the clients and I'm getting the correct information that we need.
Okay, so how would somebody who is interested in the financial virtual sessions get in touch with you?
So right now the best way to get in touch with me is through my email. My email is my first initial, which is an A, and my last name, which is Eveler, at myblueprints.org. Or if people want to, reach out through social media, go to our website and check it out. My email is also attached to our website. So if you see the virtual sessions, you can look at it there. But pretty much any way that you get in contact with Blueprints normally, you can reach out to us the same way, and someone will redirect you to get to the appropriate person, which would be me.
Cool, wonderful. So thank you, Amanda, for your time today. And I just also like to mention again that if anybody has any interest in any virtual sessions that we offer, you can go to myblueprints.org. Thank you, Amanda.